Hi folks, and welcome once again to Spotlight North Carolina Cooperative Extension. North Carolina Cooperative Extension is housed in all 100 counties and on the Cherokee Reservation to provide educational information in the areas of agriculture, 4-H youth development, and family and consumer sciences to you, the great folks of the state of North Carolina. And today, if you take a look, things are switched around from what you're probably used to. I am your host today. I'm Dr. Howard Wallace. I'm the County Extension Director here for Columbus County Cooperative Extension, and I am interviewing your preeminent hostess, Miss Rebekah Benton, today because we want to talk about her new role as Columbus County's 4-H agent. Welcome, Miss Rebekah.
Thank you, Howard. I'm so glad to switch the hot seat here today. I feel like I'm in the hot seat now because I get to answer the questions instead of ask them.
That is right.
So I'm going to try to stay in my lane because you know how I get questioning.
And that's okay. That's okay.
So I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
Good. Glad to have you here. So let's talk easy questions first.
Okay.
Tell everybody, because they've seen you on this show now for quite a while, tell everybody about your extension career up to becoming 4-H agent here in Columbus County.
So I actually started with Extension when I was 19 years old. I started with the Expanded Food Nutrition Education Program, and I have went from program assistant to program associate to FNIP educator. And during that, I did get my Title I promotion. During that time, did all my schooling while with Extension. It's been a great, rewarding career. As far as the program, the Expanded Food Nutrition Education Program, it's one of the programs that I have grown to love my entire life. It's a nutrition education program, and I worked with adults for the first 7 years of my career. I worked in the health departments. I went to families' homes. I went to places for low housing development places, and we would have meetings there. Churches, a lot of different places that I would bring that program to, and had a lot of rewarding experiences, a lot of fun. And along with learning or teaching my clients a lot, I learned a lot about cooking and nutrition myself. And then I want to say it was in 2007 I transitioned over to youth, where I become a rock star in the schools. Or at least that's the way they made me feel anyway. But absolutely loved working with Extension, have seen a lot of changes going on through that program, through Extension, and through my entire career.
So that leads us up to now as the 4-H agent. So can you, in the simplest terms you can you explain what a 4-H agent does?
No, I cannot. I am still in a learning role in this position. I know, I can tell you what I've been doing. I work with youth and youth empowerment, and I'm going to tell you one thing. Dalton always said that agriculture has in 3 components. It's going to help you with your hunger, your home, or keep you clothed.
That's right.
And so I look at my 4-H position as an agricultural position that I get to teach youth about anything that's related to those 3 areas.
Right. Very
So
good.
that's kind of what I can tell you about this position. I'm, like I said, really new. I'm still 8 weeks in, and I think I hit the floor running with wanting to do camps and stuff like that, but I'm still, in that transition area of getting the trainings and learning about volunteerism and all the other goodies that really go within 4-H program.
That's right. So let's talk about the last 8 weeks a little bit. Tell everybody a little bit about what Summer Fun is and what you've been doing with 4-H Summer Fun.
So Summer Fun is a program that we run within our office, and I've just kind of been looking for areas of interest from youth in our county. So in the past, we've always done an exploration camp in partnership with Lake Waccamaw State Park. And so, of course, we're going to keep that partnership going. And so we had a week with the youth there. When I was in FNIP, I started a Farm to Fort camp for our Summer Fun camps. And this was our 3rd Farm to Fort camp this year. I got the pleasure of partnering with the Southeast District in doing our, I think it was called Island and Exploration Camp, which was a camp that we took the youth on to an island where they got to explore the different islands. And I cannot remember, I always say it wrong, but I think it's like Masonboro Island. I think that's the way you say it. I look at it and I mispronounce it every time. But we went there. We had a wonderful day. We took the boat out, or they took a big charter boat out, and we took the kids over there, and it was all the Southeast District. It was awesome. I have offered a baking camp, and that one we are fixing to wrap up this week. And then the last one, or the one before that really exploded, was the sewing camp that we offered, and we had a lot of interest in youth sewing, so that might be a more area to explore as I work in this career of 4-H.
Roughly how many kids do we have come through Summer Fun this summer?
Oh, well, I can say we've got probably around 50 to 60 kids.
Awesome.
We have more than that registered on as members. So I think I'm around 107 members right now.
Very good.
So new ones.
Very good. Very good.
I've been
we've
shaking the
had,
bushes.
That's right. So we've had a very successful summer. We're going to be rolling into the fall. This is a little inside baseball for folks who are watching this, because you and I, because summer has been so busy, we haven't actually had a chance to actually sit down and kind of do some goal setting and do a little talking about what our plans are for this upcoming year. What ideas do you have about the 4-H program here in Columbus County?
Okay. So currently, I have worked in the schools for a long time. So I do plan, and I don't know, I know we haven't talked about this, but I've already talked to, I want to say it was 21st Century Learning.
That's right.
And so I've already got dates for 21st Century Learning to do things with the youth in those programs on, I think, 2 Thursdays a week.
That's right.
I'm going to run some short, small events, one a month. That'll be like an after-school program for kids that are interested. I also plan to talk with my schools about, and this is coming probably January, February-ish going on, I really want to start working with my science teachers in embryology. And so I plan to touch base with those folks and see if they're as interested in it as I am, so we can get started. In December, I'm currently working on getting youth enrolled in the Excellent Egg Challenge contest. It's something that goes on with Bladen County. I'm really new about it, so I don't know that much about it, but something big they have. But we have kids and youth from all the counties to come in and participate.
So it looks like you've already got a calendar packed full of stuff rolling on in all the way through the end of the year, it sounds like.
Well, I'm trying to keep myself at bay. You know, I like to stay busy, so but I am trying to not scale too far ahead of time. But I do have lots of ideas that I want to implement in the program this year. Right.
And with all the embryology stuff, I know that our livestock agent, Mr. Aaron Blackman, he is very excited about that as well. I'm excited to see embryology in Columbus County because in my previous role in another county, it was a big deal in that county, and it can be a big deal here too if the schools are willing to support it, and I think they will. I definitely think they will. So we've moved on from being an FNET program assistant. We're in our 4-H role now. We've rolled through summer fun. We've got kids enrolled in activities, and we've got activities planned out through December. Let's say that I am new to Columbus County and I have a background in 4-H. I was a 4-H'er when I was a kid, wasn't a 4-H'er here, and I come to Rebekah and I say, I want to volunteer with 4-H in Columbus County. Is that something I can do?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We welcome volunteers. There's a whole process that we have to go through for the volunteers. They have a training they have to go through. They have background checks they have to go through. There's different levels depending on how involved you want to be as a volunteer as well. So I've had some great volunteers. I'm going to tell you a couple that we've had going on so far. When we had sewing camp, I had 2 seamstresses that were retired seamstresses that called, and they got one of them unfortunately was not in our county, and she was about an hour and a half away, but she really wanted to do it, but she decided that wasn't quite conventional to drive an hour and a half to come to see us for that particular event. But we had another one. She lives in Lake Waccamaw, and she was a great volunteer. She had sewn for 30 years. And so she was super excited about being able to participate in that. And then I also had some informal volunteers when it comes to my judging. We had actually your wife, Miss Phoebe Wallace, and our county manager, Mr. Eddie Madden, that come and volunteer to judge for our competition that we had the other day. And then I also have a volunteer who's also on our show a lot. Chef John Latour is coming for the baking camp to help with the kids, and he's going to teach them. It's going to be really fun. He's going to teach them how to do his chocolate chip recipe cookie that he done in his restaurant. He's going to teach them how to make royal icing and sugar cookies.
That's going to be awesome.
So our office will smell like Christmas probably that day. So it'll be Christmas in summer.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And since you brought my wife up, I got to let you know that for viewers at home, last week was my professional association's national meeting, and I was in Des Moines, Iowa, and she went with me for it. Everybody she talked to, she was so proud and honored that you asked her to come in and do that. And she wanted to tell everybody about how she had been a 4-H volunteer and about how excited the kids were. Like she loved talking about how the kids were just so polite. They were trying to be as professional as you can expect kids of that age to be, and also how nervous they were at the fact that they were having to do this in front of folks that they hadn't had a chance to interact with. To the folks at home, the kids would joke with me and call me boss man or big boss man during the week, because that's how you had explained it to them. That
they come up with that term
Oh,
on their
did?
own.
Fair enough.
They come up with that. They
Fair
say he's
enough.
the big boss man.
Fair enough. And so that in turn turned Phoebe into the wife of the big boss man, which she was really proud of. And I want to brag on Rebekah a little bit as well, since this is the chance to do it while she's in the hot seat. I gave a presentation at my national meeting, and my focus was on social media and how we use social media in Extension. And I actually took screen captures of LinkedIn, linked to one of our videos here for Spotlight NC Cooperative Extension to highlight the number of views that video had received. And I also took another one from Facebook where you were advertising the baking camp and the number of shares that one little advertisement had received, to show that social media is kind of driving a lot of the excitement around 4-H. You told me earlier in the summer that the sewing camp had to be doubled up because it had been shared more than anything else on our Facebook page ever, and there was that much demand for it. And I truly believe that demand, people out there finding the sewing camp thought, oh, we wouldn't have known about this had it not been for maybe somebody sharing or putting that out there on Facebook or some other social media platform. So Rebekah has hit the ground running. I'm proud of her. I'm excited to see what is upcoming for Columbus County 4-H and 4-H club growth, all the in-school and after-school programs and all that comes with it. 4-H, truthfully, folks, just to let y'all know, it can honestly be its own independent entity outside of Extension because it does encompass so much and it requires so much. But we're so glad that it is part of us in Cooperative Extension as a whole. Now, if somebody's interested in being a volunteer or getting their kids involved in 4-H, how can they get in touch with you?
They can call us, they can email me. I prefer a phone call though, I'm just going to be honest. I do check my emails, but I like face-to-face or either over the phone conversation. My number is 910-640-6605. And so you guys can call us at the office, ask for me, Rebekah Benton, or you can ask for my secretary, Karsha Hayes. Used to be at the Region.
That's right.
I've known her for a long time.
That's
so you can ask for either one of us. We can get you enrolled. We can get you started on volunteerism and getting those trainings done. And we can get you started on whatever your heart's desire is that you want to help us with.
That's right.
So,
that's right. Well, Rebekah, thank you for being on Spotlight with us today. And thank you all for being with us again for Spotlight North Carolina Cooperative Extension. Join us again next time as we provide more educational information for you, the great folks of Columbus County.